Hello and welcome back to Fitness Friday with Johnny Tiger on July 16, 2021. It's time for a little confession, although I vaguely remember I might have talked about this during one of our episodes before, but if not, this is the time for it. You see, at the very beginning of the pandemic, even let's say half a year to a year prior to the pandemic, uh, I have been plagued with a lot of back trouble, sciatic pain, the pain that in the beginning, when it wasn't quite as bad, I used to be able to joke about it. I used to say, "Oh, God, hold on, I need to sit down for a little bit. I got this pain in my butt." This may sound funny, but for people who never had sciatic pain, let me tell you, it is literally a pain in your butt cheek that radiates down to almost behind your knee. The whole back of your leg, the back of your hip, all the way up to your lower back, everything hurts. When I was younger, I thought this whole thing about old people, when they stand up, they put their fist into their lower back and they make funny faces and make funny noises. I thought that was just exaggeration. I thought that was just something you see in movies or people trying to make it out a lot worse than it is. Well, once I started getting this sciatic issue, I started to understand more and more. And it's almost like karma was having a big joke with me. Haha, look at you. You like to be really badass and hardcore, and now look at you. You're just like those old guys. You have to put your fist into your lower back and you're groaning all the time. When you stand up, when you sit down, sometimes you stand too long and you just have to sit down. Otherwise, it's like you can't even move. Look at you. You're not even 40 years old yet. What are you going to do? And it got worse and worse. Uh, right before the pandemic, it actually got to the point where I was seriously considering maybe it is time for me to stop doing martial art. Maybe it is time for me to start doing Tai Chi or something like that. Now, some of you might be kind enough to be thinking right now, well, wait a second. We've been watching your video throughout the whole pandemic, and you still look pretty lively for someone who claimed to have really bad sciatic pain. You still jump around and throw those hard punches and hard kicks, and you're doing burpees and push-ups like you don't have any problem. What's up with that? Well, that is exactly what I want to do with today's video. Because you see, when going into the pandemic, I had such bad sciatic pain that I was considering early retirement. I was all kind of messed up in my lower back, in my hip. I didn't know what to do. I was actually thinking, should I go to chiropractor? Should I get surgery? Maybe there's something really wrong with me. Maybe this is just going to be there for the rest of my life. Should I get acupuncture? I tried a lot of stuff. I tried like different massage tools and massager for the chair, and I tried ice shower, cold shower. I tried all kinds of different things. And while some of these actually worked, they didn't fix the problem outright. They would fix the problem for a few hours, and then the problem come back, and it's just as bad as ever. Those of you who remember training with me prior to the pandemic, and I know some of you have picked up on it because some of you have remarked upon it. Some of you would remember that prior to the pandemic, my training looked a lot different. I no longer do a lot of break falls. I no longer let people throw me down on the ground as much. When I'm sparring or when I'm moving, I seem very hesitant. And perhaps the most telltale mark was that my roundhouse kicks looked very, very reserved. I no longer blast into the punching bag with that super hard roundhouse kick that I usually do. All those was because my back and my butt was just killing me. But as we are getting back into the swing of things, as this pandemic come to a very hopeful end, I realized something. I realized that yes, the sciatic issue is still kind of there, but the pain is gone. It will get stiff and tight every so often. But now I can jump up and down. I can throw myself down. I can do jumping push-ups. I can do burpees. No problem. No problems whatsoever. I throw roundhouse kick, and flying double kick. No problem. So what happened? I'm going to show you guys today that if you are like me, you start developing this hip problem, back problem, achy in your butt, in your lower back, don't panic. Okay? Don't I mean, maybe it is something really bad. Maybe you do have to get surgery. But until your doctor tells you so, don't panic. Try to fix it at home because there is a way to fix this. Right? There's two things you need to do. One is you need to rest. You need to rest. This sounds obvious, sounds easy, but it's not easy to do because the part that is hurting is right here in the lower back, go down to the back of your buttocks and go into your leg, which means anytime you stand for too long, anytime you walk for too long, it's going to aggravate it. And one of the things that aggravates this part, as crazy as this sounds, is when your glute muscles start to get overly developed. A lot of people say I have very nice behind for a Chinaman, but that turned out to be a little bit of a curse because as you develop the muscles back there, eventually it starts to pinch the nerve, the sciatic nerve, the longest nerve in your body. Okay, so you need to give your muscles a chance to relax. You need to loosen up those muscles, right? You don't want to have that tight ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's going to pinch the heck out of your nerves. Okay, so rest. Give that muscle a chance to relax. Sit down more, lay down more. Okay? Stop standing so much. And that is number one. I think that is one of the biggest contributing factor why this has gone away. Because, well, I don't get a lot of chance to walk around a lot or stand a lot during the pandemic. I'm home all the time, which means I'm either laying in bed or sitting at the computer or sitting on the floor playing with the cats. No, I don't spend a lot of time standing when I'm at home. So that is really, 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 really important. You need to rest it. You need to stop aggravating that nerve. You need to give your muscles a chance to, as much as this sounds bad, you need to give your muscles a chance to go soft, to relax, so they're not so inflamed all the time. So the nerve can eventually heal. Right? Also, a little bit of a bonus, when you're standing, it is vitally important to watch your posture when you're standing. If you like to stand like legs closed like this, attention like in the military. Or if you're like me, I do this sometimes. Sometimes I'm standing, I'm like on one leg. My outer leg is slightly in front, on tiptoe. I like to rest all my weight on the one leg. Okay? This is really bad because standing like this at attention, what you're doing, you're squeezing your butt. You're squeezing everything together. That contribute to you blocking off that nerve. So, if your back is bothering you, try widen your stand. Huh? Do a horse stance. Horse stand, Chinese martial art, Chinese kung fu horse stand. Get your legs, get your feet wider than your shoulder width, and don't hold the same position forever. It's okay to shift around when you're standing. Bend one knee, bend the other knee, bend one knee, swing your hip. Okay, swing your hip. This will keep things relaxed and loose rather than stiffening up. Now, the second contributing factor of how I was able to get this condition to repair itself is the right kind of stretching. I am not, like, let me quickly admit this. Despite of being a martial art for all these years, I am really bad at stretching. I don't mean that I don't know how to stretch. I mean that I usually don't stretch. I usually forget to stretch. The only time I would stretch is like before Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, where I need to make sure everything is nice and stretched so I don't twist, like hurt, sprain a joint or stuff like that. Or before Taekwondo, where I want to stretch out my legs so I can do those higher kicks. Those are the only time I stretch for all these years is for combat purposes. When people say, "Oh, you got to stretch after you work out. You got to stretch before you work out," I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. That's for you guys. I don't need to do that." And this uh, sciatic issue has proven me wrong because I have now totally switched my thinking and really understand how much stretching will help you. And it's not just in uh, before workout, after workout, before martial art, after martial art. If you want to get the most benefit out of your stretches, stretch whenever you get a chance during the day. When you first get up in the morning, stretch. Before you go to bed, stretch. If you've been standing at the desk or counter for a long time, stretch. Uh, any chance you get, there's something you can do to help loosen things up. Right? As crazy as this sounds, and I know that this sounds crazy, uh, before you have intimate uh, contact with your spouse or partner, before sex, okay, we're all adults here, at least I hope. Before sex, good idea to do a quick stretch so you don't pull a muscle or something. Don't laugh. That actually happened to me before, pulling a muscle in the middle of getting it hot and serious. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So today I'm going to show you guys some of the very basic, very simple stretches you can do to ease the pain in your sciatic region. That again include lower back, hip, butt, back of the leg. Okay. Will this work for everybody? Probably not. But hopefully, this will help some of you, like it did help me. I just enjoy the feeling of being able to put a lot of power into this roundhouse kick again. So, the best thing to do for these stretches is if you can lay down. But, of course, most of the time, if we're out and about, even when we just get to the martial arts studio, it might not be uh, there might not be a chance for us to lay down. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what to do if you can't lay down first, and then I'm going to show you some of the ones you can do when you're laying down. Let me just quickly acknowledge that most of these great stretch ideas came from my beautiful, intelligent girlfriend, who is like an expert of stretching. She really is. She's got a degree in human body and all that stuff. So she knows what muscle connect to what muscle, what bone connect to what bone. She knows all that stuff. So she is a primary source of knowledge when it comes to stretching. So when you're standing, and if you start to feel that tightness in your hip, tightness in your butt or in your lower back, okay, don't just ignore it. One of the easiest thing you can do is a simple high knee. Okay, put your hand against the wall if you have to, but a simple exaggerated high knee, high knee, high knee, high knee. Right, bring the knee straight up, bring the knee straight up, the knee straight up, and you do it 5 or 6 times on each side. You will feel and hear a pop in your back, and that means you just loosened up something. Beautiful feeling. Alright? But don't stop there. You want to bring your high knee out to the side, out to the side, out to the side, out to the side. And you want to bring your high knee across the body, across the body, across the body, across the body. Okay? I'm doing this really slow and more exaggerated because that's how it's supposed to be done, ideally. Okay? It's not supposed to be like running on the spot. But believe me, I understand. Sometimes we just don't have time to do this. And sometimes you're in public, so you can't be standing there doing that. Okay? So sometimes what I do when I really need to have a quick stretch, but my lower back and hip is bothering me, I go into the washroom. I go into the public washroom, go into the stall, I shut the door, right? And I stand in there, bring my knee up, bring my knee up, bring my knee up, and then I'm good. I can get on with my day. Huh? Number two, if you can't lay down, at least you can squat. And squatting down is one of the best way to loosen things up in between your hips. So this has to be a wide squat. So make sure your knees wider than your shoulder. You squat down, try to touch the floor without leaning forward. While you're down here at the bottom of your squat, drop one knee to the floor and then drop other knee to the floor. And you will feel this open up your hip. Drop one knee to the floor and the other knee to the floor and then stand back up. Okay? Another standing stretch that's really good for your sciatic is you cross your leg over. So cross your right leg in front of your left leg. If you have to hold on to something, that's fine. It's not supposed to be a balance drill. Okay? So cross your leg and then slowly lean forward. Cross your leg and lean forward. And then cross the other way and lean forward. Cross your leg and lean forward. And then, just for good measure, poke your elbow out to the side, put your hands against each other in the center, and twist your body, twist your torso. Twist, 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 twist. Go back to bring a few high knee up, high knee up, high knee up. Right? You should be nice and loose by this point. One more little golden gem from standing. You need somewhere to put your foot up on. So a chair, as long as it's stable, Again, using my previous mention, going to a washroom, I'll put my foot up on the rim of the toilet, right? I'll put my left foot up on the toilet, and with my right leg, I'm going to slowly push myself forward like this, right? This will force my left knee up toward my body. It's like a forward lunge, right? Push forward and back. And while you're up there, you can try to drop your right knee down toward the floor. Yeah, if it's too hard to balance, that's okay. Hold on to something. Yeah, so one leg up, one leg down, and lunge. This again will really stretch out your leg and hip area. And then we switch. Now the right leg up on the platform or rim of the toilet or whatever. And then we lean forward into it and start dropping our left knee toward the ground. Okay? Lean, lunge, lean, and lunge. Eh, nice and loose. No problem whatsoever. Now, like I said, ideally, the best kind of stretches for your lower back, sciatic, hip is when you're laying down. So we are going to now look at what you can do when you actually get to lay down. Like I said, these are great when you first get up in the morning. I do these every morning. First, when you're laying on your back, keep one foot on the floor and stick the other leg straight up into the air, like this. Okay, the other leg is straight up. My foot is like aiming at the ceiling. Okay, hold this pose and then slowly bend your knee and then straighten. Bend your knee. Focus your attention in pushing your foot toward the ceiling and pushing your lower back into the ground. Okay? Pushing, bend. Pushing, bend. Do 15 on each side. 15. Nice and slow. This should not be like 1, 2, 3. Okay? This should be like slow push toward the ceiling, bend. Push toward the ceiling, bend. Okay? And then, after you're done, drop your both feet to the ground. Put your feet together and drop your knees open to each side, to both sides, like a butterfly. Okay? Now, keep your knees open, keep your feet close together. Try to lift right hip off the ground and then left hip off the ground. Tiny little pelvis tilt. Tiny little tilt. Right hip, left hip. Okay? Now, keeping both legs together, we are going to kick them out, keep them off the ground, but out straight, and then bring your both knees in towards your body. Keep your lower back pressing to the ground or bed. Kick them out straight, bring them in, out straight, bring them in, out straight, bring them in. And then we are going to uh, bring our feet to the side and kick them out straight to the side. Bring the knee back in, straight out to the other side. Bring the knee back in, straight out to the other side. Extend your leg, leg extension, leg extension. Focus on your lower back, right? Next, we are going to do a high knee with one leg and then kick across the body. keeping your upper body flat the whole time. Upper body stay flat on the ground. High knee, reach across. Let your lower torso turn. High knee, reach across. Let your lower torso turn. Then we are going to cross our legs, so my right ankle cross over to my left knee. This is the one that I find is the most painful, but really helps the most. Okay, so give it a try. Cross your leg over like this, right ankle over left knee, and then bring your left knee towards your chest, and this will force your right leg to come towards your chest. You need to use your hand, okay? Grab the back of your left leg, left side, with both hands, and then just pull it up, slowly, like that. Okay? I know it will hurt a lot in the beginning, okay? Do the best you can. This will really stretch out the back of your thigh. And then we cross our leg the other way, left ankle over right knee. Right? Bring the right knee toward our chest. Reach. Grab my right leg with my hand. Pull it in slowly. And then hold it there. Right? Hold it there. Right? Hold it there. And then, before you let go, while you have your knee tucked in like this and legs crossed, slowly roll to the right and roll to the left. Roll to the right. Roll to the left. And relax. Okay. And then we're going to flip over. I have two more that really helped me. I want to show you guys. Okay. Flip over, lay on your stomach, and prop yourself up on your elbow. Okay. Just relax here for a second. Now, we are going to keep our upper body as still as we can. So keep our elbows on the floor. Turn our lower body, right leg, high knee, and then kick back. High knee and kick back. And then we turn our body, so left leg and high knee and kick back. Ow. High knee, I just kicked that pile of mats. Kick back. Right leg, high knee, kick back. Imagine you're bringing your knee to your elbow. And then kick back, go across your body when you kick back. Okay? Next, this one's very simple. Keep your upper body flat on the floor. Bend your knees so your feet are presented to the ceiling. Keep your legs about shoulder width apart. Drop both legs to the left. Feel that stretch across your lower back. Drop both legs to the right. Drop both legs to the left. Wonderful. Okay, one last one I'm going to show you guys, and this one really helps too. While you're on your belly, just keep your lower body flat on the floor. Right? Your lower body is not doing anything. Just keep it relaxed. Put your hand on the floor, around shoulder, in front of your shoulder position, and then do a tiny push-up, just enough to raise your upper body off the ground. Slow up, slow down. And then switch your hand position. Walk your hand back toward your hip 1 inch. Repeat. Up, down. Walk your hand back another inch. Up, down. I just felt a pop in my spine. That's beautiful. 1 more inch. Up and down. And now turn your hand around so your fingers pointing toward your feet. And keep going back another inch. Up. Remember, this is not push-up to build muscles, so it shouldn't be hard, right? You just all you are doing is getting your upper body off the ground. That's all. Huh? Another inch up and down, and then slowly work your way back up. Move up 1 inch towards your shoulder. Up, down. Another inch towards your shoulder. Up, down. Another inch towards your shoulder. Up and down. And now, when you're ready to get up, go up onto your hand and your knees, and then bring your knees forward toward your hand, and use your hand to push yourself back. Push yourself back. So your stomach should be leaning against your upper side, and your butt is sticking way back. Okay? Now, if you can put your forehead to the ground, do so. Stretch, and when you're ready, push yourself up, get on your feet, and stand up. And that's great. I feel like I just did a Fitness Friday and yoga class, yoga, which I don't know anything about. But anyway, I sincerely hope that if any one of you who've been plagued by lower back pain, sciatic pain, and affecting your sports performance, go and try this. Don't forget, you need to rest and stretch. And I hope that this will help you as much as it helped me. Thank you for checking out today's Fitness Friday. Don't forget, if you like what you get on these daily videos, feel free to check out the Johnny Tiger Experience podcast and subscribe there. You can find it on all podcast platforms and even Amazon Echo devices. Just search for Johnny Tiger Experience. Thank you, and we'll be back again tomorrow for Survival Saturday. I promise it will be a lot more violent and gruesome than this slow stretching stuff.